she's been busy working on some inserts. Take a look at this one. Now, in 2010, South Africa's public transport entered a new era with the successful opening of phase 1 of the Gautrain rapid rail project, and that was back in 2010, as I've just said. Well, presently, the Gautrain project consists of an integrated rapid rail and bus network that links the cities of Johannesburg and Pretoria with O.R.Tambo International Airport as well, bringing the total number of stations in operations to 10 at the moment, along an 80-kilometer route alignment. Bombela is the French operating company that was appointed to design, build and operate as well as maintain the Gautrain project. And Leanne managed to speak to the Chief Executive Officer of Bombela operating. That company operating in Paris in France. Leanne had to say oui and bonjour. Let's take a look.
Public transport in South Africa entered a new era when the Gautrain came along. A lot of people were skeptical, didn't think that the Gautrain would actually work. But when you look at it today, the Gautrain has become an integral part of many people's daily routine. You catch it to and from work, you catch it to the airport. We've got Rosebank, we've got Sandton linked, we've got Pretoria linked, and it's just become an absolutely amazing way. But how is France involved in all of this? Well, let's talk to the CEO of the Bombela operating company, Arnaud Le Grand. Arnaud, thank you very much for being with us and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you to you, and I'm pleased to welcome you in Paris on the line 1 of the Paris Metro.
Now listen, let's talk about the involvement of your company in the Gautrain. What exactly is it?
In fact, we are operating and maintaining the system. So it means that we have a kind of delegation coming from the concessionaire and the province who ask her, of course, in a contractual firm, to operate this line. It means to run the train, to run the buses, and to do the maintenance.
Yeah. When the idea of the Gautrain first came about, obviously you were involved from the inception, from the beginning. What was it like? Was it difficult to try and convince people that this is the way and the future of transport?
Yes, you know, it's always a huge investment to create this kind of system of transport. So you need to convince a lot of people on why we are doing this and what are the expectations in the future. And it's a very long process to convince, and it's a very long process to demonstrate how it's useful. But I think now where we are, we opened the line, the first part of the line in 2010 and the second part in 2011. So I know now we are sure that this is useful, and this is a real new things that will help a lot, and which is helping a lot the development of transport in South Africa, which is very important because we cannot all use a car.
Yeah, we can't. But in South Africa, so many people do use cars, and it is a huge problem when it comes to traffic. But we'll try and uncover the traffic situation in South Africa in another way. But what I want to find out from you is the Gautrain. Has it exceeded your expectations, or how has it worked? You've had 4 years to measure it now.
I think what is very important in the Gautrain is the level of safety, the level of security for the people and for the assets. The comfort, it's very comfortable, and the very high standard how it's operated. I mean, the level of availability, of punctuality is just amazing. It's one of the biggest standards that I've never seen in my life, and it's working. I mean, we are using the monitoring, and we are achieving these objectives, which are very high. So that's really a big achievement for us, and we are very proud to be able to achieve this objective, which were very high for our management. We were very scared about this, saying, are you sure that we can do it? And in fact, now we are sure we can do it, and we are doing it.
Yeah. The design of the Gautrain, is it a unique design to South Africa, or do we find those particular carriages around the world as well?
No, Bombardier is selling this kind of product all over the world. I know that they sold a lot in UK, of course, where they are, but they are using it in Asia and even in South America. Sorry. So no, it's used all over the world.
Yeah.
After, you can have some specific adaptation or personalization depending of the needs, depending of the clients. But no, the train is quite. It's a product that you can find all over the world.
All over the world. Now, when we look at South Africa's public transport system, it's A lot of people complain about it. There's not enough. We need more. And we look at a metro system like this that's running in Paris, where you're transporting millions of people every single day. Mm-hmm. Can something like this work in South Africa?
I think so. The main difference is the time frame. We start, and with this line was created in more than 115 years ago. So you can imagine the way to go from the beginning to where we are now. And I think we need to speed up the process in South Africa to catch the train and to increase and to develop this system. But yes, we need this kind of system. We can do it, I think so. So now we just need to decide and of course to find the way to fund the system, because of course the cost is a real question, and we need with the politician to define how we can fund this solution, not now, not for tomorrow, but I mean for the future. Yeah. And for 2020, 2030, we need to define now what we want and to decide how we want to go on this kind of transport. For the buses, for the train, I mean all the system should be a global thinking, because it's not only one system plus one other system. We need to integrate all the system of transport all together.
Yeah. Also a mindset. It's a change of mindset that we need to get into South Africans, because I know that during our presentation we were having a discussion where many people still believe that public transport is the poor man's mode of transport. But you look here in Paris and you look around the world, whether it be New York, London, every major city, everybody uses public transport. In South Africa, however, it's a very different scenario. You talk about time. How long have we got? How do we go about changing the mindset of South Africans?
It will really depend on the influence that you can have as a media, as the politician can have to help the people changing their mindset. But I agree with you. Here it's very cool to take metro, to take buses, or never to take the bicycle. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know exactly how long it needs to change the mindset, but what I'm sure is we need to communicate, we need to focus on the benefits for the city, for the people, in terms of time, in terms of environment. All this system of transport can bring a lot to the city and can bring a lot to the life of the people. They can change their life. Can you imagine if your daily time of transport is 2 or 3 hours, and because of this system it will become only 1 hour? You are changing your life. You are enjoying these 2 additional hours with your kids, with your friends, with your family, or maybe at work, but not in the transport system. So it can bring a lot, and I'm sure that if we explain, if we detail, we will change the mindset.
Arnaud, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you for hosting us here as well. It's been a very fascinating morning, a fascinating experience. So we talk about public transport changing our lives. Think about it, South Africans. We can. Goodbye road rage and goodbye expensive petrol bills. I think public transport is the way to go.